You guys are beautiful. Yeah, we have a little music to entertain you for maybe about 30 to 45 seconds. We're waiting for everybody to get on this call. It's looking great. Listen, unmute yourself and say hello back. We feel good when we hear your voices.
Hi,
Hey, what's up?
Jasmine.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Hello to you.
Just give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right. All right, another 30 seconds, Maestro, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Josh, hello to you. All righty. Well, listen, we're going to go ahead and get started. Happy Tuesday to everyone. My name is Michelle Fletcher, and I am the academic recruiter for the college. Thank you all for joining us in this session, and we appreciate you sharing an hour of your evening with us. Now, before I get started, I just want to say that this session is being recorded. So just wanted you to know that as we move forward. Now, over this next hour, we just want to talk with you about programs, options, and opportunities at CVCC. We just want to make sure that you are fully informed about all the programs that we offer and that you know exactly how to get started. Now, with that said, I have a wonderful panel here this evening that's ready to talk with you, give you accurate and updated information about all things CVCC. So let's just do a quick introduction and we'll just keep it moving. From our admissions office, we have Miss Marlena Hankton. Marlena, give them a beautiful wave. There you go. Financial aid, I don't think we have Miss Ume with us yet, but she will hopefully be with us soon. Mark Zakola is from counseling. He will be talking with us about onboarding and some of those academic programs that I just mentioned. And then Deanne Daniel will bring us home. She's the music maestro even for the evening, and she will be talking with us about student life. Now, every session we have a special guest. Our special guest this evening via video is going to be Miss Marcy Gale. Marcy is the coordinator of the Mechatronics program at CVCC. She will be talking with us again via video about the Mechatronics program and the many opportunities for employment when you have completed that program and you have this credential. We have on the call with us also Brittany Cochran. Brittany will be assisting me with this video in just a bit as well. And Brittany is also a counselor at CVCC. So listen, get your thoughts together, get your questions together, because we want to make sure all of your questions are answered before you leave this evening. We want the session to be engaging and we want it to be interactive. So feel free to put your questions in the chat. You can unmute yourself and ask your questions along the way. And we will also have a Q&A at the end so that you have yet another opportunity to ask that question. Now, to help with the engagement, we will launch several polls throughout the evening. Now, these polls are anonymous, and we so appreciate when you all engage us with these polls because they will give us feedback, and we use this feedback to see how we can, again, better serve our students. Now, at the bottom of your screen, if you see, look down here, you'll see several different features. And over to the right, you're going to see a reaction button. Well, that button allows you to engage with us. So we would ask you to do so at any time you would like to throughout the evening and use any of these features, again, to engage with us and to engage with one another. So to get us started, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to launch our first poll for the evening. And that poll is asking the question, what is your main reason for attending the information session tonight? So let me go ahead and launch that poll. And once you've addressed those questions, I'll give you a minute or so, and then we will look at the results on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna give another 30 seconds on that. All right, feels like we're there, so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll, and we're going to share the results. Looks like applying to college, we got you covered. We'll be talking about that. Didn't see anyone say anything about financial aid, but we should be covering that as well. Learning about the programs that we offer, enrolling in classes, and then there's some others. Now, I would say to the other, If we do not address something that you have come to get answers for this evening, unmute yourself, put the question in the chat. We don't want you leaving without us having that opportunity to address your question. So I'm going to stop sharing at this point, and I am now going to bring on our first speaker for the evening, a representative from the admissions office, Marlena Hankton. Marlena?
Hi, everybody, and good evening. Michelle just introduced me. I'm Marlena Hankton. I work in the Admissions and Records Office, and we are all here to assist you. But since we're doing everything online, I wanted to let you know where you go and how to start out. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to our webpage, centralvirginia.edu. Central Virginia is all spelled out, all one word. Then it's going to bring you to our webpage. You'll see all kind of, we have it made up very easy for you to follow. So the first thing you're going to do is on to the left side of your screen, you'll see a Start Here button. It doesn't look like a button, you know, the hyperlink. You're going to click on the Start Here button, and it's going to take you to another page. It's got a lot of information about our school and what we're doing. What I want you to do is I want you to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and the application process, Start Here. It's another hyperlink. So you're going to click on that hyperlink. It's going to take you to the electronic application where you're going to fill out all of your information. Once that is done, it's going to send you an email saying, congratulations, welcome to being accepted to CVCC. Now, once you do that, and I want to implore too that you want to include your social security number on your application. It makes it easy for financial aid to find you. And it also makes it easier for us to find you when you don't remember your student ID number. So those are little helpful cues for you as well. You want to make sure that you write down your EMPL ID number. That is also in the email. It's at the bottom, but it's in there. And also your confirmation number. And those things will stay with you forever. Also, make sure you look for codes within your application, such as in-state and out-of-state. Those are very important indicators of what you will pay to come to our school. So if you are in state, make sure that you mark the correct thing. And if you're out of state, make sure that you have the proper documentation to submit to our school. And that's also admissions and records. You'll want to send in your transcript. So in order to get started for you to be evaluated properly, we have to see your transcript. So if you went to a higher institution, you want to make sure that you send in your transcripts to us from that institution. If you're just starting out from high school, same thing. You'll send your transcripts to us and we'll evaluate and make sure that we can get you in the classes that you want to match your program plan. You also want to send in your test scores. You also want to send in ACT, CLEP, things like that. Those are important to be evaluated. Also, you'll establish your password and your, well, you'll get a username in your email that you get. So remember your username and establish a password so you can get in and out of your, I'm missing the word that I want to say, but your profile. And that's going to help you go through and enroll in all of your classes. Just so you know, if you choose to not come to our school, even though you applied, you will still be active for 1 year. And you don't have to reapply, you're just active. If you were a dual enrolled or you did a summer class, you will stay active for 3 years if you choose not to further do any classes with us. But other than that, just come on and get over here to CVCC. And with that, I want to turn it over to Ryan because he's going to talk about financial aid and why it's important to put your social in and all the information you can get to pay for school. So with that, Ryan, it's your turn.
So I think I'm just going to fill in real quick for Ryan. I saw he joined us, but he might be having some internet issues. So my name is Brittany Cochran. I'm one of the college navigators at CVCC. So I'm here to help students get started with your onboarding process. So one of the things I help with is financial aid. So I'll just briefly go over the financial aid process. I know nobody selected that as one of the things you were wanting to hear more about, but just real brief. I highly encourage everybody to submit the FAFSA. I don't know if anybody wants to type in the chat or give a little thumbs up if you've already submitted your FAFSA. We'd like to see that, just so I have an idea. If you have not done your FAFSA yet and you have any questions, I'm going to quick share my screen with you just to show you what the page looks like, so it looks familiar. It is a free application. And to submit the FAFSA, you just create a username, and then you'll answer a bunch of questions, and you'll submit it. And then we are able to figure out what you're eligible for your federal aid. So there are need-based grants. Grants are money that does not have to be paid back. And then there's also student loan eligibility. Like I said, FAFSA is not required. Highly encourage you to do it, because you never know what you're eligible for. It is not requiring you to take student loans by any means. If you submit the FAFSA, okay, you can choose not to take them. And also we have CVCC scholarships, but in order to be eligible for the scholarships, you have to submit the FAFSA first. That's the first step. So real quick, let me just share my screen here, and everybody should be seeing the FAFSA site. So you want to go to studentaid.gov. That'll pull it up for you. And like I said, it's a free application, and you would just hit start here and then follow the process. And I will go ahead and share our financial aid office's contact information in the chat. So if anybody wants to reach out to them after this for help with the FAFSA, they'll be happy to help you, okay? All right, and let's see. Good. So it looks like some of you have already submitted your FAFSA. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it on back to Michelle.
All right, thank you, Brittany. Good job filling in. And again, Brittany is someone is putting the information for financial aid in the chat. So please feel free to reach out to them, because they will answer those questions as it concerns financial aid. All right, so we have another poll that we're going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and launch this poll. And if you would engage us again, just for a few minutes, let me launch it. And this poll is asking the question: do you have a computer or laptop needed for class? And do you have a reliable internet service? And so go ahead and entertain that for a few. Oh, you're already there. Very good, very good. So we'll end the polling. We're still working on it. Let's see. I think we're there. So we're going to end the polling, and I'm going to share the results. So it looks like some of you do have a laptop that will be needed, and I promise you, you will need that for class. And as far as reliable internet service, it looks like there's 100% there. Now, this question is very important to us. And so it will come back into focus in just a few minutes, because Mark will talk a little bit about it in just a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing at this point. Where do we go? I'm going to stop sharing at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce Marcy Gale, the coordinator for the Mechatronics program. Again, I mentioned already that she will be talking with us via video, and Brittany is going to get us going with that. Brittany?
All right, so I'm going to share my screen again, and I will start this video. And if someone will confirm that you guys can hear it in just a moment here.
Okay.
Everybody, my name is Marcy Gale, and
We're
my
good, Brett.
Mechatronics faculty, but I actually focus on two programs: Mechatronics, which is, if you don't know, a mashup in word and discipline of mechanics, electronics, robotics, and IT, internet technology. The other program I administrate is electronics computer networking. And these two programs have a lot of commonality. You can even start in the spring and not be quite sure of what you want, which way you want to go, but that's okay, because you can start and then figure it out. All right, I have shared my screen here with you. But I'm taxed from
I apologize.
industry all the time. Do you have students? Tell me who your good students are. I have openings all the time, not just at graduation date. And so many of my students are working while they're going to school. Most people want to know, is there a career waiting for me when I finish? The answer is yes. And not just a job, but I'm talking about a career, because what we'll train you to do here to get started, yeah, you can make some bank when you get out of here, but you have the potential to advance, receive further training at the company and advance into management if that's what you want to do. All right, what do you have to do to get there? Well, we have 1-year degrees called career study certificates in both of these programs. And by 1 year, I mean, if you came full time, it would be 2 semesters to get through it. You don't have to do it full time. Almost nobody in my programs is going full time because they are also working. If you want to go full time, I've got the programs laid out so you can do that. You can also maintain a job and take classes. We have many of our classes in the evenings and late in the afternoons, and the employers in this area are really good about working around work schedules in order to help you go to class. In fact, many of the employers in this area will help you by paying your tuition and paying your books. All right, so for right now, we are one of those programs that is combination. So we'll do some classes online, some classes will be completely online, some will be live, some will be asynchronous, and many have a lab component. If you come into one of my programs, I'm not only going to be your advisor, I'll be your teacher for quite a few of these classes. And if you have problems, you're going to come to me, and I'm going to be the one that gets on you if you're not turning in your homework. So I'm going to be everything for you when you're in my programs. Now, if you don't want to come to campus right now because you have concerns
I'm ready,
about the
babe.
virus, or somebody in your family has concerns, that's not a problem. I am offering everything in dual format. So you can attend class live on Zoom. You can watch the tape later when you have time. You can come to lab live on campus, or you can do your lab via video when you have time. We will handle it. All right, here is, I don't have much time, and that's why I'm talking really fast. Here's the Mechatronics degree plan. You can find this pathway on the website. And if you look down through to about class number 11, you're going to see all the courses necessary to get a career study certificate in mechatronics. All of those gold colored lines that you see are industry certifications. So you're not only earning academic degrees, but you're also earning industry certifications. They come with little cards that you can show to employers and say, I am OSHA certified, or I am Virginia Manufacturing Association certified. And then if you go all the way through all 23 courses, you will receive an associate's degree that will qualify you for many well-paying, great careers right here in this area. Here's the other program I administrate, which is the Computer Electronic Technology, Computer Networking. So a lot, like I said, a lot of these courses are overlap with mechatronics. However, you're going to take more electronics classes, which include really fun labs. And you will also take 4 classes in computer networking. So you will be prepared for some Cisco networking certifications, the CCNA, and others. I just want to quickly show you some of my fun toys that I have in the lab. We have lots of training equipment. This is a motors control training station. On the left here, we have hydraulics and pneumatics training station. On the right, that picture is my very cool brand new FANUC robot. So by the way to be the robot overlord is to come to my programs and get mechatronics trained. We will learn robotics and all things in between. These are some programmable logic controller equipment that I have in the lab. We are backed by several grants. Chris Bryant talked to you about the support the foundation gives and the Tobacco Commission to buying equipment for our programs. All the equipment you see on the left there was bought by that. Much more of the PLC equipment and the certification equipment is backed by a National Science Foundation grant that we have here at the college. We have a lot of other fun stuff like learning to solder, laser cutters, electronics equipment. We have a networking lab. We have lots and lots of hands-on equipment. So think of us as the link for you, the student, to the industry here in this area. Not only are we going to train you to be there, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to introduce you to employers. I'm going to send your resume to them. And they're going to ask me when they have open positions, do I have students? They're going to come into our classrooms and talk to you about their open positions. So I appreciate your time.
Hello. All right. Well, thank you, Brittany, for helping us out with that
All right.
video. Just one moment. I did see a question, I thought, in the chat, and we'll get that in just a minute. But let me say this. If you felt Marcy's energy through that video, and I did, and this video is a little dated, but all the information is accurate. Marcy is a wonderful instructor. She's very passionate about what she does, and you'll have a lot of fun with her as well. And so if you are interested in speaking with her, I would encourage you to reach out to her. We can get her information in the chat so you can access that information to be in touch with her. But I'm telling you, and she have cool toys, wonderful things that if you're interested in electronics or robotics, those, like she said, it's a mashup. It's a lot of different disciplines kind of into one. But please reach out to her. Now, to answer the question, no, she is not with us this evening. And so we tried to, again, with this video, kind of introduce you to her program and inform you a little bit. And if you are interested, please, we'll get you connected with Marcy. Okay, now let me entertain any questions that might be out there. Were there a question or two? All right, well, we have another poll, and this poll is asking the question, what programs are you interested in at CVCC? So let's go ahead and get that poll launched. All right, here we go. And I do believe, Brittany, if I'm right, you can only pick one. So for the area that you might be interested in the most, go ahead and select that, but it doesn't mean we can't have conversations about some other areas that you might be interested in. Okay, another 30 seconds. And I think we might be there. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. And I'm going to share the results. So it does look like there's some interest in the transfer program. So we will be talking about that. The administration of justice, Mark is going to cover that as well. Emergency medical, all of those areas we will be covering here in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing at this point. And our next speaker that you're going to hear will be Mark Sokola. Mark.
Thank you, Michelle. Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. You know, college can be complicated, and that's before you ever take a class here at CVCC. So we've got a team approach to help you make a smooth transition to our campus, whether that's physically on our campus or virtually. We've got navigators and we have counselors, and their roles are different. The navigators are like a human GPS system. They're going to help you make that transition to college to make sure you've got everything in place necessary to set yourself up for success. They're going to make sure you're knowledgeable about the resources that we offer here on campus, that you are able to access your MyCVCC account and the multitude of programs within that program. Once you've got that situated, your financial aid's in place, you know about the various resources, new student orientation, you're going to transition to a counselor, and we're going to help you enroll in your courses, talk about your plans, your goals, your future. And students come to CVCC primarily for two reasons. They're either looking to transfer or they're wanting to secure a credential, a trade, an education that will allow them to enter directly into the workforce. So our transfer programs include business administration, engineering, science, general studies, and education, if I didn't already say that. And we've got guaranteed admission agreements with most of the four-year institutions within the Commonwealth. some outside of the Commonwealth, which essentially are contracts which state if you fulfill the obligations of that contract, you are guaranteed a seat at that four-year institution in the semester you're hoping to attend. So you would not have to concern yourself with record application to your favorite four-year institution. If you fulfill those requirements, most center around at least GPA, others have some specific course requirements, you're going to have a direct link to that institution. And that's a very nice perk. Kind of takes some of the anxiety and worry on whether or not, oh, gee, was my performance good enough? You're going to know, oh, doesn't matter. I know I'm there. And then we've got our programs designed to get you prepared to enter the workforce. Be that, something from our allied health programs, paramedic, med lab technology, radiology, respiratory, medical coding. We've got our administration of justice program. We have a wonderful relationship with the police academy here in the area. And there's quite a few benefits to going through securing that associate's degree in administration of justice before transitioning over to the academy. We've got culinary arts, we've got management and business related programs, just a wide range of courses. So we encourage you to go to our website, or if you haven't heard something out of my mouth right now, put it in the chat or talk to us after during our question and answer period. Our fall enrollment as of June 8th is up. And though August 23rd, the start of our fall semester, seems like it's months away, and it is, but it is definitely not too soon to complete that application, meet with your navigator, speak with the counselor, and get yourself situated, because it's kind of like going to an all-you-can-eat facility. You get there when they first open, and everything is on the table. If you wait till August 22nd, there could only be crumbs left, and we'll do our best to accommodate you, but it is first come, first served when it comes to enrollment. We want to help you get the classes you want, hopefully when you need them, according to the rest of your lives and your schedules. So please do not delay. Join us here at CVCC. I would like to leave you with a story. And we don't have crystal balls. None of us, not CVCC colleagues, not the interested student. But I've known a former CVC student for many a year. She was in grade school when we first met one another. And I watched her grow into a young woman and go to high school, go on to CVCC. And she initially had one path, and she thought, oh, this is what I want to do with my life. But she saw opportunity here at CVCC, thought about it. We talked about it extensively. She wound up going in another direction, wound up going to a four-year institution here in the area, University of Lynchburg, and securing her bachelor's degree in business. Now, if you would have asked me back in her middle school years, even during her high school years, Mark, do you see this student achieving a bachelor's degree? Not with 100 guesses. And that's nothing against my former student and friend. it was just the reality of what her initial path was, what she would express to me about her academic and career ambitions. So we never know where we might end up. And that's why you've got navigators and counselors here to help you process your academic journey with us here at CVCC. And the reason why I shared this story is that this young woman reached out to me last week asking me for a reference. She is going on to a master's program, and she was looking for asking if I would write her a letter of recommendation for entry into a particular academic field. And I will not be able to do justice the pride and the elation, the surprise of her knowing where she was over a decade ago and where she is today. And that can be any one of you starting your career, your future right here at CVCC. So I thank you again for joining us. We hope to hear from you soon. And I'd like to transition now to my colleague, Deanne McDaniel, to talk to you about student life.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Hey, Brittany, do you want to answer the question in the chat about that's there before I start?
Sure. Yep. So Alyssa asked a good question. How to set up a meeting to get enrolled in classes. So for those of you that have applied to CVCC already, hopefully you've logged into your My CVCC account that Mrs. Marlena was speaking to you about in the beginning. When you log into My CVCC, you want to select Navigate. It's a little icon that you'll see. And when you select Navigate, you'll see the option to make an appointment. And what you'll want to do is meet with either myself or one of the other college navigators first. So just like Mark was talking about, we will kind of walk you through some stuff first, go over financial aid, just make sure you're prepped and ready to get enrolled. And then we will connect you with your counselor. So if you've already met with one of us or spoken with one of us, one of the college navigators, or maybe you're a returning student and you're already familiar with your My CVCC account and you're ready to get enrolled, then you can meet with a counselor. To get to the navigators, you will want to select new student. That will be your reason for your appointment, new student, and then you'll see our names. For meeting with your counselor, you'll click returning student. That's how we have it set up right now. So that's if you're able to get into My CVCC. If you are not able to get into your account, I will share the counseling front desk phone number and email so that you can reach out, just send an email or give us a call and we'll get you connected with whoever you're needing to meet with.
Thank you, Brittany. Good evening, everyone. As Mark said, I am the coordinator for student life. And what that is, it's the area where you have your kind of two kinds of learning when you come to college. So you have your in-class academic learning, and then you have your out-of-class learning. And that happens with student life. And how you obtain that learning is by participating in clubs and organizations, in leadership opportunities that we offer, as well as participating in a variety of the events and activities that we offer. So some of the clubs that we offer at CVCC are our Crew, which is a non-denominational religious group. We have our veterans organization. We have our Phi Theta Kappa, which is our honor society. So we have some groups like that at the school, and there's a variety of others. If there's a group that's not of interest to you, there is a way to start new groups that any student is available to do. Some of our leadership opportunities that we have are our Student Government Association, which I'm in the process of actually revamping a little bit. And we're going to change the direction that we're taking them in. So if you're interested in participating in that, you'll just keep an eye out for the announcement once school starts. We also have our Student Ambassador Program, which is done by application, and that is led by Kimberly French, who is our first year advisor. And she will submit those applications out. and do interview processes and everything. And what that job is that you work very closely with Michelle Fletcher when she, like in normal times, when she would go out to the high schools and visit with students. You may sit in on one of these sessions with us to speak up from the student's perspective. There's many different aspects of the Student Ambassador Program. Also, another portion of leadership that we offer is the Virginia Community College System holds a conference every year for all student leaders. We get together when we can face to face, where all 400 students come together, and it's a weekend full of great sessions and information. With COVID, we've been doing it virtually, and we've had the opportunity to offer one in the fall and one in the spring, which was a good session because in the spring, we looked for moving you forward into either a four-year school if you're transferring, or into a career position. So we offer those opportunities for learning in that aspect. And by participating in clubs and organizations, you're going to develop your relationship skills, you're going to develop leadership skills, you're going to learn how to network, and just getting involved in different aspects and learning skills that can either be used later on personally or professionally. Now, like I mentioned before, we also have events. So normally when we're on campus, we'll have like a picnic or we'll have speakers come in and we'll do a variety of live events. Well, with COVID, we've not been able to do that. So one of the things that we did create so we could keep engagement with our students is we created our virtual student center. And that is in Canvas. And then when you log into Canvas, you'll see the CVCC Virtual Student Center. It's all students are automatically enrolled into it once you start enrolling in classes. So it's not like something you have to worry about joining. It is non-graded. The activities in here are where we keep our engagement. So over the last year and a half almost, we've had speakers that we've highlighted through here. We've had entertainers. We've had daily trivia contests, a variety of activities just to keep you engaged and connected with our faculty and staff, as well as your other students. There's a chat group in here that I thought when I initially did this, I'd have to run, but students have kind of taken it over and they interact with one another and they help each other out. So it's a great place to go when you have questions with things. So when you scroll down here in my screen, because it's small, it's kind of not as cohesive looking as you'll see it once you log in. As you can see, we have announcements in there. So that is when we have a new event we're advertising. As Mark mentioned, we have transfer events that happen. Those will be put in there so you'll know when a college is either hosting a Zoom session or when we're back on campus, if they're actually on campus. Our bulletin board, we did that so that normally when we're on campus, there's bulletin boards all over school. Well, of course, we couldn't do that. So we wanted to offer another way to do bulletin boards and do flyers and things that we could post there for you guys to have access to. We have a weekly newsletter that goes out, and that newsletter is where you learn every week of the upcoming week's activities, whether it's hosted by Student Life or other areas of the department, like our book club. We change and we highlight graduation because that just ended. We also have some of the services that we offer for you. So we have the new TRIO program, and you can learn about that program there. We have a community connections coordinator. So if you need assistance with maybe finding a babysitter or apartments, or you might need to go to the food pantry or something like that, we can connect you with Miss Wamika Reed, and she can help you get connected to those resources. We always keep a variety of virtual activities that are existing out on the internet. So whether you want to journal or you want to color or play games or do puzzles, those are in the virtual activities area so that you always can go there if you want to, at your leisure, do various activities. Our student resources list all of our on-campus resources that are free and available to all students, as Mark has mentioned before. And then down here, we have our access to our learner laptops and hotspots. And about our student IDs and Wi-Fi access that we did throughout COVID, so that students knew, how to get access to the loaner laptops, the hotspots that we started offering. Student IDs, you couldn't get those in person because we were closed. And then we have Wi-Fi access in our parking lots. With COVID, our inclement weather policy changed, so we had that posted. And then our career services, so you connect with Miss Sarah Jarrett, who also sends out emails letting you know about the job opportunities that are available within the community. So she sends that out on a weekly basis, but then if she hosts an event, we get posted there. And then of course, all of our connections to our social media platforms. So this virtual student center will always stay active regardless of whether we are fully on campus or not, because we'll always have a portion of our students that will take online courses. So as we move back to being on campus, we will start connecting our on-campus events to our virtual students so that they can also be engaged and participate in activities and stay involved in the college. So hopefully if you are applying, we'll get to see you in this fall semester once we start up. And know that any of myself, any of my colleagues on here, regardless of whether we're on the academic side or not, we're here to help you and make sure that you're a success. So please don't hesitate to ask any questions if you have them, and let us know if you need any assistance as you move through the process. Thank you for joining us this evening, and I'm going to turn you back over to Michelle.
All righty, thank you, Dee. And what a beautiful virtual student center. And listen, I can't wait to see you guys moving around in that student center, yapping it up, laughing, having a good time, going over to the little area where you can get something to eat and just chill out. So we are looking forward to having you guys back on the campus and just engaging with you and just enjoying you. Now, before I move on to the next thing, I would like to ask Brittany, can you speak to the loaner laptops and hotspots just real quickly?
Yeah, so great program that we got going for loaner laptops or loaner hotspots. You do have to be enrolled in at least 6 credit hours, which is typically 2 classes. So there is a limit there, and kind of think of it like checking out a textbook, you know, from the library. You are loaning the laptop out for the semester. So they have you sign a form, you know, you're not going to damage it or anything, and you have to return it. And you return it at the end of the semester. If you need it for your next semester, you know, they'll let you go ahead and keep it. So we've got both a laptop option, and then we have a hotspot option in case you're needing any internet. And what will happen is once you meet with your counselor, if you're needing that, then, you know, either your counselor or your navigator will get you connected with that form that you fill out online so that the library gets in contact with you, because that's who's handling the loaner laptop and hotspot program.
All righty, thank you very much, Brittany. Okay, this brings us to the Q&A portion of the evening, and we just can't even express to you how we wait for this portion so that we can hear from you all, and you all could again have just an open opportunity here to ask any questions that you have. If you got a thought on your mind, we want to hear it. Please share that with us. So we still have about 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and open the floor. And if you have a question, you want to share something, please do so.
How you doing, ma'am?
Hi, Caleb. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well.
Very
So,
good.
thank you. So, I have a question. So, I just want to, I know Brittany mentioned earlier on how to make an appointment with an advisor. She said I had to log into my CVCC. And I was just wondering if she could go through that again, because unfortunately I wasn't able to log in. So I know I have to call the front desk and get that reset. But once I get through, how do I make an appointment?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. Yep. I'll go ahead and actually share my screen real quick if you think that would help, and then walk you through it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay. So let's see. If you get to our homepage, you know, you want to select your My CVCC. So everybody, it would ask for your username and password. So if you know it, you know, great, you would enter that, right? You can try this forgot password, and sometimes, you know, if you remember your challenge questions and stuff, you can reset it, but that's why I provided the IT help desk number. Just give them a call. They can reset it with you on the phone. So when you sign in, you'll see your icons, and you want to look for the navigate student option. Okay. So navigate student. When you select that icon, you will see on the left-hand side here an option that says appointments. We'll let it load up. All right. So you'll see this appointments right here, and you would select appointments. And this is kind of a new look that we just got, but you'll select make an appointment. And then it'll all be right here where you have the option to kind of narrow down like what you're looking for. If you know, if you're needing to meet with admissions or advising to get to your college navigator counselor, or eventually tutoring once you're in your classes, if you want to connect with our free tutoring. So you can do it this way where you select advising, and then like I said, new student in order to get to your college navigator, returning student in order to get to your counselor. And then you would, you know, check out the times that are available for whatever day you're looking. You also have this option now to select this meet with your success team. I'm not assigned right now as not being a student any longer, but when you select your success team, you would see your assigned navigator and counselor. So that's who you can know who to make an appointment with. And you would see a name here where you could just click on them to see their available time. So there's a couple different, two different options there in order to get to that. But does that kind of help walk you through it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Brittany.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Caleb, keep in mind that this session is recorded. It won't be out this evening, but it should be posted by Friday, and it will be on our YouTube channel, and you can go to our website and access it as well. So you can slow it down, and take a look again. And that's not just to you, that's to everybody that's on the call. But Caleb, since I'm talking to you right now, I have a question for you. So what
Sure,
are you
ma'am.
looking to study at CVCC, and talk to us about what's the dream? What are you looking to do career-wise?
Yeah, sure. So I'm honestly, I'm trying to figure out how it all works, how I can
Okay.
transfer, because I'm planning on trying to get an associate's and enough credits to transfer over to Liberty University, which is just across the street from you guys. And so right now I'm thinking criminal justice,
Okay.
just to get a degree in that, something, because I want to work at the FBI eventually. So, or some of government, law enforcement.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out which classes I need to take, or if it's the best route to even take criminal justice degree there before I
Okay.
go to Liberty.
All right, very good. Well, listen, I'm going to ask either Mark or Brittany to talk a little bit about the co-enrollment program that we have with LU as well, because you can benefit from that. So either one of you, Mark, can you talk a little bit about that co-enrollment program?
It's like Mark went on vacation.
Yeah. All right.
It's okay.
He's probably having a, no, that's okay. Brittany can talk a
Good.
little bit about. Oh, there he is.
I've got my Surface and I've got the monitor, and I couldn't get the mouse up to where the microphone was to unmute myself. Oh,
It happens.
Oh,
now
technology
Caleb,
does
you're
that.
going to be sorry because they're not going to be able to unmute me. Okay, or mute me, sorry. So CVCC allows for students to take classes both here and a course per semester at LU and other local four-year institutions for the cost of the CVCC class. So you're not paying their tuition, you're paying our tuition rate, but you're getting to experience that four-year institution to see if, oh yes, is this a good fit for me? So what the main requirement is, oops, I've got to apply and be accepted at both institutions. So in this case, oops, make application to Liberty. If you're accepted there, you've already been accepted with us, then you are a candidate for this dual program or co-enrollment program.
Very good. Caleb, that's a pretty good deal, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Only
Yes, it
problem
is.
with that is, so I actually applied to Liberty, didn't get accepted because I was homeschooled, and my mom who homeschooled me never kept any record of grades. So I actually need 12 credits in order to get accepted into Liberty. So
Okay.
that's actually what I'm trying to do. So I
Okay.
don't know whether I'm gonna do first year or doing a whole associates and then just transfer over. So yeah, that sounds great though.
Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, again,
you.
we're at the question and answer period. So anyone else with any questions? You're gonna force me to come around the horn.
Hey,
Whoa, I got a couple people and I love it. All right, I heard the hey. Who's the hey?
that's me. Sorry.
Give
I
me
was
a
just
name.
wondering.
Josh,
My
is
name.
that you?
Yeah, my name's Josh.
Talk to us.
I was gonna do the computer information technologies before I heard about the other two tech programs you offered, and I was wondering what what would be better if I wanted to do programming or maybe cybersecurity.
Okay, well, we'll let Mark jump in on that.
Sure. Well, those are a multitude of different areas. So what I would suggest would be that I will post my contact information in the chat. Get with me and I can provide you with contact information of various program heads of the programs that you've just mentioned. And they can speak to specifically to you, and then you can decide what is the best path for you, if that sounds reasonable.
Okay, yeah, great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Nicholas, did I hear you?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to us.
I just had a quick question. I just wanted to know where the student ambassador forms were.
I'll let Brittany jump in on that one. Brittany, do you know?
I might let Deanne talk about that. My
Oh.
last update was we are working on getting that program started back up, Nicholas. We were kind of in a standstill while we were virtual. We weren't having student ambassadors, unfortunately, because we weren't on campus. So since we are returning to campus for this fall, we're hoping to get that started back up. So just be on the lookout. We will send email notification out. It'll be posted for when those applications come out.
Okay.
All right, very good. All right, any other questions? Well, we have
Oh,
about
is that lady y'all said her name was Marcy?
Marcy Gale. And
Does
her
she work here?
information, her information is in the contact, in the chat, Nicholas.
Okay.
Yes, All right, well, we have one more poll and I want to go ahead and launch that poll so I don't hold you any longer than we just need to. And this poll has 3 parts. It's asking the question and I'm going to go ahead and launch it. Did you find the information in the session helpful? Was the information session worth your time? And did you learn anything new? So if you could just address that very quickly. All right, and you have, we will end the polling, share the results. And it looks like, panel, as always, you got it done and I am indebted to you for doing so. And I, on behalf of the callers that are on with us, we say thank you for that wealth of information that you shared with us this evening. So a couple of reminders and I'll let you go. Again, the session is recorded. You can go to our YouTube channel and find it there. You can go to our homepage, look at the tiles, I think the bottom left, and you'll see where it reads information session, and that'll take you to all of the sessions that we have done, and they are there and recorded, and you can listen over and over again. Other than that, we thank you for joining us this evening, and we hope that we will see you again in a future information session, again on Tuesday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
So